Welcome to Sunday Night Spaces with AltJake and George, live on YouTube.
I'm sorry, folks. I've never seen that beginning before, so that's hilarious. Welcome to the premiere of Sunday Night Spaces here on YouTube. My name's George on January 4th, 2026. Let me introduce the host, the guy that named the show after, my friend, AltJake. Jake, how you doing, sir?
Hello, George. How you doing, buddy? I forgot you hadn't seen that.
I hadn't seen that. I'm laughing over here. I'm trying to keep it.
I loved it. Yeah, no, the only thing I told him was I wanted a round table for discussions like in the ring and go work with it. And he gave us that. And there was no notes. I loved it. I was all for it.
That threw me off completely.
Yeah, I realized that as I hit play, I'm like, oh shit. I realized that as I hit play, I'm like, oh yeah, George, I probably should have played that first. Oh, well, that's it. We learned. We have fun with it.
That's awesome, dude. That was awesome.
Yeah, no. So we are streaming live onto YouTube where we'll be our destination now, but we're also still on X. And did you want to introduce our special guest for the evening?
Yeah, just so people coming in, before we do that, people coming in, the Sunday show here, it's kind of just a laid back thing. We just go with the flow, and wherever we go, we go. It's not so much scripted as our other stuff is, just so you get an idea. So what we did today was, being the first weekend of the month, we like to bring somebody on that we really haven't talked to before. So I found somebody, a friend of mine, over at Sports Fusion. That's at SF Wrestling on X, Robbie.
Hey,
how's it going, fellas? Thanks for having me.
Wait, give me 1 second. I forgot this part. We haven't had a guest in a while. Hang on.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah. Very nice. I think WWE added that for a little while in the COVID era.
Yeah, I stay away from that part of the.
Yeah. No, that one's on me. I forgot. I was a little bit slow on that one. It's all right. We're all good. Yeah, thanks for coming on, buddy. We're happy to have you for sure.
Thank you.
Oh, good. You had scared me. I just saw we had a first comment of, is anybody there? I don't hear anything, but we're good now. I went and checked. Oh God, I was terrified. First time onto YouTube with the Spaces show, and it failed. But I swear Twitter was cursed, so we moved it over here. We're happy to be here for sure. But yeah, tell us about yourself.
Well, 32 years old, live in Des Moines, Iowa. Haven't been a huge wrestling fan my whole life. I've kind of gone in and out of it. Was a big fan as a kid, and then started watching again probably like 2013. Watched for a while and just got back into it a couple years ago.
Cool.
That happens to a lot of us, though, especially under the old regime where there was times where it was a slog. I even talk about it before with me. Like I'm 43 and I've been a wrestling fan since 1990 or 91. And even I gave up from like 2015 till it was the COVID era where I'm like, I want to see how this is going to work because I know wrestling. And then I was about to give up and then things started changing.
Yeah, I'm not sure really what got me back into it. It's just the whole pageantry behind it. I loved the Attitude Era as a kid because it was kind of, forbidden fruit. It was kind of the thing you'd watch, and it was outrageous. And I think that was just the time period. And I got kind of over it. And then I was like, hey, you know what? Don't got a lot going on. Kind of bored. Such a big sports fan that it kind of adds to the drama that sports has inherently.
Interesting. Over at Sports Fusion, you guys concentrate on all sports or just wrestling?
Oh, just wrestling. Yeah, it's just a X page. I like to talk to people about wrestling and hang out and see what other people's opinions are about WWE. And
you just stick with the basics, or you go deep into the muck and mire?
Oh, I stick with the basics. I'm not an expert. I don't know a whole bunch.
Well, which actually probably puts you as more of an expert than a lot of the so-called experts on X, unfortunately, with the people how they can just be journalists or be reporters or I have sources. So
everyone's a know-it-all nowadays.
Oh God, for sure, right? In any topic, they see one little thing and they think they know all about it. Is it just strictly an X account, or are you making any other type of content or anything?
No, I'm not making any other content right now. I've been pretty busy, but I like X. I like it as a platform for news and
you're a good follow. I started following you a couple months ago, I think, and I like what you put out there. So I'm always interested.
Yeah, I just been putting out videos lately, and I like talking about what's going on. I really like the younger talent that WWE has right now coming up through NXT. There's a lot of promising stars there.
It's funny that I'm so glad you said that, because a little bit about this show. A little before we went on, you asked me when we went on the air. When we first started, George hadn't seen NXT like at all. And it was my favorite show, or becoming my favorite show. Not so much that I think it's the best show every week, but I always say it's the most fun. And I'm like you in the sense where I like to see the talent, like the up and comers, where they grow and they kind of get it and it clicks. And then you see them go onto the main roster talent. And it's not like, they're not like they're your kids, but it kind of feels like you rooted for them in college and now you're seeing them in the pros be successful.
It's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Right.
It's just like watching
I love it. Yeah. I love it.
So Robbie, so obviously you saw SmackDown with Trick. What'd you think?
Oh, he looked great. He looked great. And they put him, it seems like they're putting him right into the title picture, like the main card. That's what it seemed to me when the whole beef with Sammy going on.
They did that, but then they switched over to Phoenix, though, so I don't know.
Well, I think it's strange.
I think it's kind of one of those things where you kind of introduce him, kind of put him up in that pedestal so people know he's a star, but then he's still going to kind of have to work his way in. But, I thought, I mean, even last week when he had that thing with Cody and Nick Aldis and then Trick went away, it was like, oh, well, that was a terrible first look. And then he comes back and stands up to Cody, and you just can see that the confidence and the charisma and the talent there. And you can know that, it's why NXT does things the way they do, where they take their time and build people up and not just, throw them in. If it was Vince, they would have been thrown into the fire 2 weeks into their careers. That's what they did with Braun Breaker. That's why I don't think Obafemi is going to go up too soon yet either, because they want to make sure he's got enough seasoning in there. Trick was in NXT for, 3.5 years.
Yeah, I think it's worked out really well for him. He changed over to a heel, and I think that's a good strategy for these young stars coming out of NXT and getting moved up to the main roster, is if they can play both the face and the heel position.
Did you like yesterday's debut? Not debut, but the first time he really got in front of the crowd. I really dug it. I thought it was good.
Crowd loved him, and I think it's just proof that they can really build an audience from NXT, and that does transition over well to the main roster.
Yeah, that's the Buffalo crowd too. I was wondering if they were going to pick up on it, but that was not. I think I told Jake like way in the beginning. I said, this whoop that trick thing is built in, like Yeet is already built in. It's there. Yeah, it's so easy to follow. It's right there. You just take it and go, and
right. And I watched his entrance a couple of times for that exact reason. And you can hear it's a small amount of people that, like the NXT faithful that were in the audience, like 2,000-3,000 that knew it and started it right away. And everybody else, like you said, they go, oh, I could whoop that. And they went along right with it. But that also does prove though a bit too of how, because when he first was on SmackDown last week and you saw his face, there was a cheer. Like NXT might not get a big rating every week on the CW, but through Twitter, X, through YouTube, through clips, highlights, most people at least have a general idea of what's going on down there. It's not like a complete shock to them.
Yeah, and he's pretty viral. Like he can definitely, because he's so funny, he can make viral moments through humor.
Yes, he's very. He's got that physical charisma, but he can talk with anybody and he holds his own. And yeah.
And he's from Philadelphia, right? You can tell he's just a natural, smack talker.
I know he played in Philadelphia, or he tried out for the Eagles too. I know he went to South Carolina for college. I know that's where he went to school.
What sport is he from? Is he a football guy?
He's a wide receiver. Yeah, he's a wide receiver, which when you see that, you're like, yep, that tracks. He's got the size and the demeanor. Yeah, he's gonna.
Where he made all those adjustments, and you can tell by watching that interview the other night, his facial feature, his facials have gotten so much better. But it's just funny. It's fun to watch because you can see it. When he first came up, he was just okay, but now he facial reacts to everything that's said. Everything that Sammy said, he reacted in a way, and then the fans went. He reacted. It was different reactions out there in that interview. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, well, it's like Robbie said. Robbie nailed it. Where the NXT, and George and I have talked about this ad nauseum sometimes with NXT, of how they make sure you get to do, you start off however you were, what your natural demeanor is, babyface or heel, but at some point they're gonna switch you down there so you can get that work in and figure things out in front of that audience, as opposed to doing it on SmackDown or on Raw on Netflix in front of however many millions of people. It's an easier way to learn. And they did it with Braun Breaker, where he was a heel then a babyface. He even had the fun comedy duo with Baron Corbin. Tiffany Stratton was the same way. They're making sure, and Trick was fully polished. He was
Carmelo
ready to go. Yeah, Carmelo. Now there's another great one. Exactly. They're really smart about how they do that, so that they don't so somebody doesn't stumble too far or doesn't get lost in the shuffle up there because they can't find their character. They know what they can do. They know their strengths and weaknesses. And even like in NXT now, you see Kalani Jordan recently turned heel, and she was like the most white meat baby face there was as a gymnast, and now is turned heel and is getting them to swear at her. And it looks like Jordan Grace is going to do a turn on Thea Hale sooner than later, and that's great too. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff.
Jordan's coming up, isn't she?
But possibly
they teased that all Friday. I was all Friday.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I guess they might think she's right. I thought she needed a little bit more work with it still. I'm not sure if every free agent's going to be signed to it or if that's going to be part of the deal. I have a theory when it comes to Javon Evans with that. That sometime I'll get into that with it. But I'm curious to see what they do. I like this better than the old draft pot thing where everybody had to come up at the same time. This is better of
just make it as like a time period.
It's definitely a lot easier.
Yeah. Say from January 1st to February 29th.
Yeah.
The general managers can put their offers into NXT talent. There you go.
There you
that's
go.
cut off.
Yeah, and that's similar, and that's very sports based. I mean, that's how European, international soccer is with their transfers, and then they also have like the transfer portal situation with that's like college football. Sports based wrestling. I love it. I'm into it. What's up, D?
What do you think, Robbie, on that? Kind of interested to get your opinion on that, if you don't mind.
Yeah, it adds. It helps with storytelling. I think. I think it can create a simpler way. You don't have to wait every year or so for a draft to happen. You get these people in, and maybe they'll work better on a different show. Or it's kind of like the female tag team right now. They can go between shows really easily. And if you're doing this from the start, it's just going to make it even easier.
The draft concept is stupid. The way they do it just makes no sense to me. I don't understand.
I think it makes for an interesting night, but
it's
not.
It popped.
It's difficult to deal with because you got to deal with it all year round.
And that's why it's too, when you look at it too, like they rarely ever kept a draft plan year to year. Like there would be elements of it, but there was always something different, like where they would have the announcements of it, or when there was the GMs drafting against each other, and then all the people in a room at one point. Like it was one of those things where it's a decent idea on paper, but doing it annually just kind of, it kind of lost its luster. And I think that's some of the stuff that Triple H tried to get rid of, similar to having a Hell in the Cell pay-per-view every year, or things of being able to spread those out so they just matter to the stories, because that's what we want as fans. That's what draws us in.
Yeah, and their draft order made no sense either. Like you got Carmelo Hayes getting picked 1, or like whatever it was before. I'm like, no, come on.
Yeah, the thing was that everybody's like, oh, what about Breaker? I'm like, Breaker got in without having to be drafted though. Like Breaker wasn't a part. It just didn't matter.
Then you can't.
That's why the draft.
Yeah,
and I feel like that's was Triple H's last effort to it, and then they figured out a plan to it. I thought if they were gonna do a draft again, it would simply be just NXT talent for like on one night, and everybody gets 3 picks or something. But this is better. Like, make it more part of the story, because we've seen too with people like Tiffany Stratton or Roxanne Perez, or Lash Legend recently, where they're just brought up and they're part of the story when it works for them to be part of the story, where they're not just going to get lost in the shuffle. And because Carmelo, it was the number 1 draft pick, but that was it. They didn't have any follow-up for it, as we're with bringing them in a real storyline, like Roxanne with Judgment Day and Lash with Nia. Like, that works. They have a plan week to week, as opposed to just, hi guys, I'm here.
And this also could create some tension between GMs, or like, let's say both GMs want Javon Evans, and this could create a storyline around them bidding over Javon Evans and them trying to say things and placate him and say things to him to try to get him to influence him to join their side. I think that'd be a good thing for the story.
Yeah, and you can also go the way of the start moving toward a heel GM, like the GM that offers Carmelo a car, or
that's what I want.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That'd be that. Yeah. No, that would be a lot of fun. So the thing about Javon is, I'm wondering, and I don't know if they're going to, I don't think they'll do this. It seems like he's coming up, but I feel like he should be the one that decides to go back to college for a year. Go back to college for his senior season, do 1 more year of NXT, and then go up. I think that would be a good storyline for him. Simply just because
he hasn't won a title yet.
Yeah, and like the kid can't even rent a car, man. Like when they go into attack, if he goes.
I think when one of the promos they said can barely rent a car, and I was like, wait a sec, he can't rent a car at all.
That's what I thought. Yeah, no, Ricky says you're right. He did. And I was like, don't you got to be 25?
If they don't ask for ID, you don't need to rent a car.
Look at his
Saints is
face.
not
They're
really up
asking
to
for
date
ID.
with his law.
Javon's got no feet. Like he's got like he looks like he's 17. You know what I mean? Like no, I just feel like that would be a cool storyline to do. Whether they do with him or if in future years they're doing with this free agency thing, just because. Because he hasn't really been a heel yet in NXT either. Like, obviously, he's a natural baby face, but even
I
still,
don't see him ever being a heel. I don't know. I can't.
See, that scares me. See that there's only one person that ever worked for one, and it scares me. It really does. Like that's even why I with like Sol Ruka at one point or another. Like I just think it's smarter to have a couple to just work it out down there, and I just would hate to be them stuck on the main roster.
Do you think Sol Ruka could play a heel?
I think she could. I think she could
easily.
Yeah, I think she's very talented enough for I think she's playing it very well within it. There was parts of that stuff with Zarya where she seemed like all she has to do is similar to Kalani Jordan, just become full of themselves.
She has to wear those glasses. She has to wear those glasses and look like a bitch.
And call herself, I'm the I'm the NXT Women's Superstar of the Year. Just go that route. It's not I'm not saying it's gotta be perfect. I just feel like I would work out those kinks down there before bringing them up, especially with where the main roster is right now. It'd be different if we were talking about a light main roster or like there's a lot of holes. Like there's still plenty of time.
You have an old main roster.
I do think SmackDown does need her as a face, though. If you look at that division, I mean, for a while there, it's pretty much just Julia and Chelsea Green. They're both heels. They're both cheaters. I mean, it didn't really work out well to pin those two against each other.
I think Tiffany Stratton's coming back relatively soon because apparently she's being advertised for the Saturday night's main event in Montreal. So I'm assuming she's going to come back and be a pretty big baby face. But you're not wrong, too.
And Bianca, too.
Yes,
Bianca
that's another one.
Soon.
God,
that's going to help Jade so much.
Yes.
Bianca's been out for so long.
With a hand or a finger injury.
No, we talked about it.
Yeah,
she was out with her finger. And then all of a sudden, like 6 months after that, she had to go in and get wrist surgery.
Right. She tried to do the rehab thing. You're right. I remember that now. God, right. She's that option where you do rehab or surgery. She tried the rehab, didn't work. Now she did the surgery.
So that's another 3-4
That's what's taking so long.
Yeah. That's why. But I think you're right there. I'm pretty sure I would assume again we've got the Royal Rumble in a matter of weeks. So,
did she get hurt at Elimination Chamber last year?
Yeah, I think so. Her finger bent backwards or something.
I think that you're right. Yeah, because was she?
And that's unfortunate.
Oof.
I mean, because they really needed her right there to kind of complete that storyline with Naomi and Jade.
And then Naomi gets pregnant, and it all just kind of
So Robbie, since you opened this door, what are you thinking about? Because I'm thinking Oba's going to pop up on Raw pretty soon. What are your thoughts on Oba Femi? I know Jake doesn't agree with me on this at all.
Oba Femi's great. I'm not a. I mean, he's what's so cool about him is like he's not a typical baby face and he's not a heel either. He's kind of in limbo. He's this character that's in between, but he can, I don't know, week to week he could change. He's great at promos. That's the one thing. Like he has so much, better than let's say like Javon Evans. He is amazing at promos. He can go either show. I don't really care, but I thought SmackDown would probably be the fit for him.
I have a strange feeling it's going to pop. I don't know why. I just think tomorrow.
Tomorrow on Raw? Yeah, that could be. That'd be nice.
Where's he going to go? Who's he going to wrestle?
He still needs to lose the belt, though. So
he's too big. With who he is and where he is, if you put him on like Trick, we just talked about, where he's being presented in the main event, but he's going to be brought back a little bit. You can't bring Oba back a little bit, and the guy has had less than 50 matches. Just give him time. He's not walking around like a free agent. They're
not going to do that on this one. I have a feeling they're not going to do that on this one. I don't know why.
And I will say they were wrong, and I hope I'm proven wrong. But I feel like
he's the guy that's asking for it wrong because he can do it. I mean, it's not a problem.
I'd like to see him, paired up with
on the road and all that.
A Braun Breaker or.
I just feel like the main roster. I feel like
would be a good match.
We gotta get rid of these retired. We gotta get rid of these older guys first. They're older. You know what I mean? Like, and it's that's why I was thinking for like Javon, just stay for a year because it's coming. Like we know AJ Styles is wrapping up. Randy Orton walks like he's 95. Like you know what I mean? Like where Brock Lesnar doesn't have too much. Brock probably could go another 5 years, but he wants to go kill Moose in Saskatchewan. So let it. You know what I mean? Like Jericho's gonna come back to go.
Brock's a freak of nature.
It's insane.
He's in better shape now than he was when he was in his 20s.
Seriously, like if you ever needed proof that he wasn't human, just look how he's aged. He's gotten stronger.
He's eating something over there. That
just
elk
straight,
meat.
just straight raw.
That's what it is. Elk meat.
Yeah.
I guess I don't freaking know.
Oh my God.
I know he hunts
out.
elk and moose, from what I understand, in Saskatchewan. That so much so that he had to open up his own butcher shop because he was, too many animals. I mean, that's. But does that really surprise you when you hear that? You're like, yeah, no, that tracks. Yeah, I mean, he was born in Minnesota, so he's like a natural Viking.
Oh yeah, I've followed his career. I'm a pretty big college wrestling guy, so I mean, he's been Minnesota. Was
So
a
you
big
knew before.
rival of ours.
So you knew before anybody. I remember because see, it's one of those things where people talk about like moments or certain situations that like, oh, I remember that. Like certain things I do, but I'm not big on that. Like I can clearly remember watching TV with my buddy Adam when Brock came out and just F5'd everybody in the ring and spiked and did the triple power bomb to Spike Dudley with Paul Heyman, and us both just, what is this? What is who? Like we had no idea, and I will never, and just from the word go, he went, but still he burned out too. So I just get concerned with people getting brought up too early. But Brock's definitely the exception that proves any type of rule. Good Lord.
So thank you guys all for tuning in tonight to the premiere of Sunday Night Spaces here on YouTube. You can still simulcast it over on X over at AltJakeTakesOn. It's the first show on YouTube. Thank you. We have a decent audience tonight. Please hit the like button. And now back to our regularly scheduled program.
Yes, we appreciate that. Every like, every share, it all helps. And if you're watching unsubscribe, please subscribe. We appreciate every little subscribe.
Yeah, if you're lurking, just hit the subscribe and then lurk away. Feel free.
Yeah.
I think I'm subscribed. Yeah, I think I am. And if not, I'll resubscribe on my other account.
We appreciate it. No, yeah. I was thinking it's like YouTube will sometimes tell you if you have it'll just the subscriber number will go up, but it rarely tells us who is subscribed. So if you're a lurker, it won't tell us. I promise, guys. It's fun. No, that was
plus we don't care.
Yeah, I do exactly.
I don't care who subscribes.
Right. Fine. I'm not gonna be on the people. Hey, you follow me. I win. Like Ricochet, who does that with his numbers and oh well, you follow me, so I'm cooler. That's not how this works.
So Rock, I have a question for you. Who you thinking that's a unknown, not unknown, but I'm trying to think of the word. I can't. I'll use unknown.
Someone who's like not a lot of people are talking about. That
you think is going to be making some kind of a headway here in WWE, since that seems to be your bread and butter over there. Who are you looking at in 2026 to make a statement? Let's say.
Oh, Braun Breaker for sure, but I think a lot of people see that coming.
Right? Yeah. He's just making an additional statement at this point. I feel like he's here. He's here to stay too. I'm a big fan of Braun Breaker. It's kind of like an unknown guy who might get
maybe
something going.
It's like an unsung hero type situation. I don't know.
I really like El Grande Americano. I root for him. I think the gimmick's hilarious.
And that was such a good pivot for Ludwig Kaiser too, to just fill that in. Nobody saw it coming, but it was just something that worked out so well for him. And he's such a great worker.
That's turning shit in the show.
Yeah. Jesus, right?
I like it when he speaks Spanish.
It's great. And he's getting fluently as well. He's getting better. As someone who lives in the Southwest, I live in Phoenix, Arizona. I am surrounded by a lot of Spanish speakers. He speaks very good Spanish. Like I
think he's dating someone who's Spanish.
Yeah, because him and Tiffany broke up. I saw that on X the other day. So he's that doesn't surprise me. But it doesn't surprise me that he would rebound very well. He seems like,
and he's a face down in AAA, which I mean, you see the Mexican kids with his mask on, and it's like, whoa.
No, they cheer him so like I've been watching any of the AAA shows that have been streamed through WWE where you're getting English commentary. I've watched. I like, because I think Corey Graves is great. You have Conan there too, and now they've added JBL to that mix. Like that is
really
entertaining. Yeah, at least the last one we watched, the one that was December 20th. Was it War of the Titans or whatever?
Yeah, I think that might have been a one-off getting them in there though.
Maybe, but it just was great for it added very well to it. But I don't like even just Corey and Conan they're a great little duo because Corey's smart and Corey's a wrestling head enough to like really know enough to pull. He sets Conan up, even though
you need a third. You need a third with Conan.
You do. No,
Conan once in a while just nod off in the corner.
Right, or where he'll start telling one story and end by telling a different one and conflates them. No, JBL was the perfect little addition. I'm not usually a big fan of the 3-man booth. I usually like it as 2, but I guess
I like the heel and face combo with the commentators.
It usually works very, very well. And because a lot of times the third guy, they're the third wheel, and you get like what you get with AEW, where Shivani's just, this is great, I love everything, AEW rules. He's not like, give me some sort of any kind of analysis, please. Oh man, no, but what else you got, George? Any other topics you wanted to bring into before we?
No, I'm just trying to get a feel for what's coming. Trying to get a feel for what's coming.
Are you guys disappointed? We're probably not going to see the Miz KO, the Randy Orton Miz tag team combination. I know I am. I'm very disappointed.
So there's still time.
Right.
He teamed up with Matt Riddle. Why not the Miz? I mean, what did the Miz do?
It could happen. It
Yeah.
really could.
He teamed up with Matt Riddle because Matt Riddle gave him gummies for his back. Randy's back never felt better than when he was teaming with Riddle. Just woo. Oh, man.
They're very talkative for some reason, but those RKOs, they're coming in left and
They're
right.
just coming in hot.
Yeah, he looks rough though.
He does, but I mean, you got years of taking that RKO. I mean, even think we talked about it when Hogan passed away, like that his back was so messed up. Like, yeah, he didn't take a lot of bumps, but he definitely took that giant leg drop with bumped on his tailbone every single night. Stone Cold similar with the stunner, like that's like it messes you up. And Randy would land his entire back with the RKO. Like, it's surprising that he's still able to go as much as he is.
Yeah, I hope he has a big 2026. I'm not sure how much he's going to be around or how active.
Yeah, I get scared. I want him to too, but it's like Randy was one of my favorites. Randy was one of my because I'm similar age to Randy, so I remember watching him through his career, and like I remember watching the RNN, the Randy News Network updates with the shoulder, and I've got 37% rotation now, and like you could just see him like, oh, he's a heel. Like, he's naturally a heel, and he's been great.
He needs to turn. Yeah, he needs to turn back.
So we definitely get
legends.
We definitely get comments from the X channel. People are watching.
Do we? I had it up earlier, but I didn't see it.
No, it's on our board.
Oh, okay. So that's
X.
Yeah. Remember when we had it where we had the 2 different layouts that time? Yeah, that's how it could show differently of it. Okay, so we can see it from X on it.
Yeah,
right,
so
cool.
Mike's over there. Hi, Mike.
Yeah, and it does show the video on X too from there. Like, it streams with the video on there. So yeah. So this is a good move. Even if it still gets a good viewing on X, they get to at least see what we're doing with it.
I can say one thing. That shirt that Randy Orton had, the Sabres RKO shirt, I looked for that all night.
Yeah,
it was only
wearing on Friday?
I was gonna say it's usually in arena. They usually only print those for the arena only.
I was looking for someone selling one or somewhere, dude, because
that would have been smart.
God,
they're not on WWE Shop.
No.
Usually the wrestler and like city specific stuff is usually like for location only.
I wasn't expecting.
Oh, it was a Buffalo Sabre.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
That's my team.
That's your team.
I'm a Buffalo guy.
Okay.
50 years in Buffalo, and then I moved down here to Arkansas. So,
all right. I usually root for Chicago sports teams.
That's okay. I have nothing against them, so we're good.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
But Jake and I talked about this a while back. Smackdown was in Buffalo, and there was a major snowstorm in the area. And I told Jake, I'm like, dude, this crowd's gonna look sparse. And they opened up, and there were like 3 empty seats. They didn't sell the upper deck behind the Titantron, because obviously that's not going to get sold out for a TV probably, but they had everything gone. I talked to people that were there. There was maybe a row in the upper deck that wasn't sold, but everything was sold, and there were like 4 or 5 empty seats. That was it.
What was the final numbers? Did you see?
I'm not going to guess at it. Probably about 11,000.
I can pull it up pretty quick.
Oh, really? That's good.
I would guess. Let me think in my head before Jake pulls it up.
Right, I was like, perfect. Yeah,
I would guess 11.5 or 11.6.
That's pretty good.
I'm guessing though. I don't know.
I thought the episode overall was great.
It was a smooth 3 hours.
I think the highlight was definitely the Carmelo Open title against Johnny Gargano.
They spaced it out really well, I thought.
Yeah.
Like, there was just enough just enough. The advertisements came in, but there was a quick 3 hours. I
So
forgot it was
tickets distributed 8,850.
yes. Whatever.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Well, that's the thing is, it kind of does. I'm looking at the map set up here. It does look like they kind of just didn't set up like anything behind the ring at all.
Right.
They'll usually open up. Well, they'll usually like open up kind of like almost a horseshoe situation that people can see to a bit if there's a demand. But if I was in that area, I would look at that of like to get to a show in January. That's kind of like when there was the show.
Yeah,
here in
that's what we
Phoenix.
talked about. Why?
Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't think it's the same idea of why they had the show here in Phoenix in June. I went to the Raw on June 9th. I didn't buy my ticket till like an hour and a half before showtime because I live close to the arena. Just because I wasn't really sure. I didn't want to go out if it was gonna be 114. Like it's
June's that time of year in Arizona. It really starts.
That's where it
heating
starts.
up.
Yeah, July and August are really the worst part. Which there was a SummerSlam here once in 2003. I went to it. And I don't remember like much of the heat, but still, I don't know why. Like WWE they don't care. They're just gonna risk it. And I mean, because on average, you're probably gonna beat the weather most nights of it, but there's always those chances. And we've seen what happens sometimes with those storms where people get like a roster gets stuck somewhere or certain people can't show up for things but that was back when they used to drive more. It's not quite as bad anymore.
So Robbie, what was your first thoughts on the first 3 hour SmackDown again?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. They're able, if they keep on getting new recruits in there from NXT, I mean, I think they can do the 3 hours all right. It's just the real question is, can they take the momentum from this first SmackDown of the year and, drag that on for a couple months, try to, get some real momentum, get some new faces in there, get some new storylines.
Set it up good though.
It's not looking too promising with the Cody Rhodes. I think he's just going to win again.
Can he though? That's an interesting situation there. It really.
Before we get to the Cody,
no.
I want to ask about the main event before we get to Cody.
Okay, yeah, the main event was good.
The ambulance match. It was weird. It had a weird ending. The camera angles were really strange at the end. Like I picked up on that real quick. Like the camera would shoot into the ambulance and you could see Priest getting the fireball ready and they panned out real quick. And it seemed like they were ahead of time. Let's go with that. They had time to kill. Overall, I liked the main event. I thought it was a little hokey, but it was all right. Your thoughts on the main event, gentlemen?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good, but I think it was a choke slam he was trying to do on him,
right?
Off the ambulance. Yeah, he kind of botched that a little bit.
Yeah, it's tough to do that shit.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it for the most part. I did think when I think it was Aleister Black and his wife, I can't remember her name right now, but they're both coming. Oh, it's Lita Vega. They were coming out. I was surprised when that was their entrance. I'm like, oh, we're starting the main event now, because I thought it was a little early to start the main event. It seemed like you might have been right. They might have had a little time because I didn't feel it as much during the match with it, but I kind of had a sneaking suspicion because Zelina was out there and staying out there that Rhea was going to be involved with.
They were stretching it out.
Yeah, so there was a couple of parts where they were like, yeah, the ref's like, hey, take your time, boys.
He went to close the back door. He went to close the back door, then went to the side to close the side door. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Jesus. I don't know what's happening.
Seems like they had the ability to get a lot of these matches to breathe, time to breathe, and take more time. Besides the U.S. women's title, I mean, everything was pretty long.
That's what I think the benefit of the 3 hour SmackDown is. You get some better TV matches with it. And then, I mean, even as we saw it on Friday, where with Kit Wilson now has an entrance and with a Titantron and stuff, like I'm just saying, like, you're giving it hey, he's great to take a job. Like, he's perfect in that sense. Matt Cardona is officially signed to WWE. Like, when it was him that came out, I was shocked by that. Like, not that he came out, but when they announced that he was re-signed to WWE, part of the main roster now, like on SmackDown. Okay. I mean, it makes sense because his wife's there. It was just,
yeah, they're being smart. Like, I think Robbie just said it. They're bringing people in to make the 3 hours go by, which is perfect.
And Cardona's a good worker. He can cut a promo. He's
got a good following online.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's one of those things I noticed right after I saw that he was on the show. I looked at Twitter and the T-shirt was already like up in the WWE shop. And so, yeah, I mean, It makes a lot of sense. I was just surprised. I thought it was great too, where they hit the Zack Ryder music in Tron initially, but then cuts to
he did a name change in about 10 seconds there during his intro. It was just we're just going to name change him now. We're not going to say anything else.
They have to do a lot of housekeeping though with him and his characters because he is the JCW champion, I believe. I think he won that the night before on TV, which was taped a while back. But he's a champion there. He's a champion in a couple different other spots.
I think he's giving him up.
He's gonna, he relinquished one of them. I can't remember which one it was, but now he's got he's got dates booked in Australia. I know that.
I think Triple H is really high up on Chelsea Green, so it just makes sense to
and I would think they would just, it's one of those things of like, what dates are you booked? Which ones are going to be like okay that won't conflict with us now at WWE? What can be canceled because we don't really, they're not indies that are that matter or whatever. But it'll be, I don't think he'll just cancel all of his dates that he's already got booked, but he's definitely going to cancel some. But I wouldn't be surprised if because also too, I mean, Cardona's worked and been healthy the last 3 years, so I feel like he'll be okay. But that's the point though, because he's got like 4 titles, I think.
I like when I see, and I know Robbie's seen it because it happened already. People are like, Matt Cardona, what the hell's he going to bring? He ain't no main eventer. No, he's not a main eventer, but he's a solid mid-card talent, which is what they need.
Not everyone has to be a main eventer. That's just ridiculous.
Exactly.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and there's those people that are online too that just like, oh, this person needs to be a champion. This person needs to be a champion. And we've seen what that mindset does with AEW, where you've got 15 different titles in that company for men and women and trios and whatever else. And they're probably going to bring in intergender by the end of the year. Like, it's just, you need, like, not everybody needs to be a champion. Like, it's kind of cool at certain points of like that Jake the Snake and Roddy Piper were never a world champion. Like, that's cool because that sets them apart with stuff. And they were still giant, massive Mount Rushmore type stars.
Well, it's hard to be liked too. If you're champion for a while, it's hard to for anyone to like you. I
feel like that's what they're doing with Cody, of just kind of pushing it because eventually, I mean, they were always going to eventually turn him, but they got to make it to where certain fans will turn first, which only makes his turn more real, where he can start to, you turned on me, that kind of thing.
The faction of Cody Rhodes, Matt Cardona, need one more for a heel faction. Who else was close to Cody?
Ricky Saints. Ricky Saints
would be a good one.
Yeah. Just thinking of like Cody's real friends,
Yeah, I'm thinking on the fly.
Yeah, that was like that was the quickest I could come up with another one.
He is good friends with Matt Cardona, isn't
he? Yeah, he is.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. In real life, like in real life, they're like, because I mean, when you think about it too, like Cody came up a few years before Cardona, so and then Ricky Saints is good friends with Cody too. I mean, you could have Sean Spears too, like that's another real friend. But I wouldn't be surprised if Cody does get a faction though when he turns and they have it be like the 4 Horsemen or something. Because the turn's coming. I always said end of 2026, the earliest. I always kept thinking it was going to be like Mania 27 around there.
It's going to be a little closer.
I think they've started planting the seeds a little bit deeper now. They were sprinkling them out a bit, but now they're planted deep. So.
I don't think they want to do it. I mean, I think it'll eventually happen, but they don't want to do it. He's such a good face of the company. Doing promotions.
It's going to happen naturally, Robbie. It's just going to happen.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah. So since we've got to that subject, let's talk about the 3 stages of hell stipulations that were laid down by Drew McIntyre, which is a regular wrestling match, then a Falls Count Anywhere match, then if needed, an old school cage match.
Yeah,
Robbie, you're up. Robbie, your thoughts on what's going on over here? What's going on?
A lot of people think it's very underwhelming, but
that's what I think.
Yeah, they think it's a little underwhelming, and that could be true. I still think it'll be a pretty good match.
Agreed.
I think both of them have what it takes to just make the match really well. It's kind of like a lot of people are saying it's the Triple H Stone Cold 2001 version of the 3 stages of hell. I think
definitely picked the safest of the 3. I'll give him that.
Yeah. Drew's been saying some wild stuff the last couple of weeks. He's crossed the line multiple times.
Yeah. in the cross line. He's been nuts, dude. Drew
seeing him out back peeing on his bus was pretty funny.
I think I think like 30 minutes ago on X, he posted something's like, if Cody Rhodes was on fire, I wouldn't piss on him, but I'll piss on his bus or something.
Yeah, that's
so. No. Robbie, where do you think this goes before I toss it over to Jake and get his opinions? What do you think happens?
Oh, I think Cody retains for sure. I don't see Drew winning, unfortunately. I think it'd work out best for the story if Drew would win, but I don't see it happening right now. Maybe I'm just being a pessimist.
Maybe. Jake, what are you thinking of the stipulations of the match and what's going to happen?
So the stipulations are exactly what I thought they were going to be. I didn't think it was going to be that, because Drew's focused on like, I am better than you and I'm going to prove that with it. And honestly, I think unless there's some reason that like somebody else interferes or there's somebody that costs Drew and like injures him so he can go film the Highlander movie, Drew has to win. Otherwise, like, what else, and I'm the biggest Cody fan there is. Like, I love the whole, finish the story, the stuff with Dusty, like that hits me personally because of my own father. Like, I love that stuff, but like, he's got to lose it almost at this point. And like, maybe win the Elimination Chamber so he can be in the match at Mania or whatever they need to do. But it's just, I kind of have a feeling like somebody's going to somehow like come out from under the ring during the cage match or something. I don't know.
Randy Orton.
Yeah, if he hadn't come back yet, I would say yes, but I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe Randy does, so then he wants to take it off Cody at Mania. I don't know, because we do need that
too. It was Cody who attacked him in the first place.
Right?
I think this is going to be a clean stages of hell. There's not going to be a lot of that shit, I don't think.
What's your percentages on Cody retaining?
Mine or Jake's?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I think Drew wins, because okay. I see Drew winning and then losing the title to Orton, and then Orton and Cody going for WrestleMania.
That's how I prefer it.
Yeah, I mean that would work. I don't know the movie schedule, so that's the only reason where I'm like thinking of it, trying to think logically of it.
The production's going to pop up. They just opened up production again, so you're looking at 3 to 6 months before they might start filming again.
See, okay.
Like I don't know Hollywood that well. I'll ask.
What I had heard was that it was supposed to be in October, and then Henry Cavill got hurt, but it was only postponed until January was the last thing I heard. I don't see many movies. I am not,
which is where we're at.
So perfect, I don't know. Jake. Right. Perfect. So I'm saying if the movie starts, so if the movie's going to start filming, doesn't really make a lot of sense for him to be the champion if the movie's filming. So maybe somebody.
It's not filming, though. It's in production. I don't understand how
that's filming. That's filming. You're not production start. You're not going to start, because if you've already got the pre-production's done, production is filming. I lived in Hollywood long enough to know that part of it. But I don't know how much Drew's in it. Like, I don't know, because we've heard he has a significant part, but is he like, the Highlander that he kills at the beginning, and then like, that's a major role, but he's not actually in the movie? I don't know. If he's going to be gone for like 6 to 8 weeks to film Highlander, then why have him be the champion? If he's not, then he has to win almost.
Maybe they have to know
maybe
all
Randy
this.
Costs Cody. Yeah, no, they know all this for sure. That's where that's just where my brain's at, of trying to figure it out on a storyline basis, but also on a realistic basis, because that's the one drawback of people going mainstream to a point in like filming movies or TV shows or whatever. You're going to lose them from your TV and whatever. Like that's why Punk had a couple of those different lapses for a few weeks, because he was off filming that police movie he just released and stuff like that. So, it makes sense.
Yeah. So between X and YouTube, we have about almost 50 people watching right now. So thank you all for tuning in tonight, Sunday night. If you're over on YouTube, please like and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate that.
Yeah. And if you're on X, just click the link to our name and just go subscribe. Go back to it on X. It's fine. But the YouTube subscriptions really, really help us.
That's awesome. Good for you guys. Yeah, 50 people watching live.
It's funny, because we've always said it. As long as there's a couple out there, because we enjoy doing it. That's the part of it.
I actually said that. I said I'm not doing it unless there's at least 2.
Yeah, you're gonna get together and talk anyway. You might as well record it.
Yeah, right. That's George's number. He sees it goes under 2. All of a sudden, I'm out here by myself. Just crap. Which we've both learned. Like, we're good as a team. Either of us on our own, solo, not as great. No, I'm at least excited for the 3 stages of hell match, and since it's on a Smackdown, that's the other reason why I kind of think it's going to be tamer with it. Now, when they say old school cage, I don't think that means Big Blue, but
That's what I threw it out there.
it.
I threw it out there last night during your guys' the show, Awfuls and Disses show.
Yeah,
People took it as gospel. I'm
Yeah.
like, whoa.
Yeah, you're
I'm
like
guessing.
We are not reporting. We're not. I mean, Drew said old school cage match. I just thought that meant like, the standard, chain link steel cage kind of thing that they'll bring down. But they could do that with Big Blue in Germany. That could be fun. I don't know. I'm just expecting.
Robbie, did you think anything out of that old school cage match
I don't
reference?
know what it could be or what they mean by that. I just know we're really lucky to have, it start the new year. We got a lot of championship matches on SmackDown and Raw. We're pretty blessed.
Yeah, no, they're not. Instead, they're not doing that like starting it as a new season in September or whatever, like pretending to be a TV show. Like, be more like you're a sport. Or our year starts in January. Boom, we're kicking it off because they really loaded up that first SmackDown, and then the first Raw tomorrow is going to be insane.
Well, this is the time of year viewership starts to pick up. Once you get the NFL off season, the NFL off season starts, and McAfee comes back. That's when the viewers.
There's always a reason why Vince is even before they always have the Royal Rumble on the bye week between the conference championships and the Super Bowl. That Sunday in between is perfect for the Royal Rumble, and I feel like that's what a lot of people like wake up to it or kind of get into it beforehand, going into build for it, because the Royal Rumble. I mean, for some people, honestly, if I had to genuinely say it, I think the Royal Rumble is probably my favorite pay-per-view of the year. Like, Mania is great, but the Rumble is just so much damn fun. And, and the way they did it last year by where they're putting up the different numbers of stuff and saying different stats and things. I'm really looking forward to this year, even though it is in Saudi and going to be like Royal Rumble brunch for me. I think it's like 11 a.m. my time.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's right. It is a Saturday now. You're right. My bad.
Robbie, was there anything else on SmackDown?
There's a lot of surprises during the Rumble. There's always returns and anything can happen.
Right. That's like when we were talking about Bianca coming back. It's like, well, you could bring her back before, but if it at this point, unless it's just good for the story, a Rumble pop will be great for her. Like everybody's ready for it. So
yeah, then match her up with Jade right away.
Right. Exactly. She could even win it and then go after Jade. That would work. I'd be fine with that.
When did we hear the story that she was going in for wrist surgery? When did we talk about that?
It was probably like a month ago, but I don't know if that was like she had either.
No, I said that she was going in for surgery, so I know that because I was reading it.
Yeah. No. All right.
I don't think she'll be ready by Rumble.
Really?
I've had wrist surgery. I've had wrist surgery, and I don't know. It depends what's wrong. I can't make it.
Yeah, it really does.
I can't make a judgment like that. So.
Yeah, no, it really does depend on the injury and how long. Yeah, and I don't know.
Anything else on SmackDown really drop you off the chair there, Robbie, or was that pretty much your highlights?
I really like the Carmelo Johnny Gargano match.
Yeah,
it was very well done. I'm looking forward. Hopefully, the Miz can get back in that rivalry. I don't know. They kind of dropped the ball there.
Yeah, I think Miz will take a chance at Carmelo at some point. I think just Gargano, like, this is why I feel like a lot of people, and I mean, I'm not the biggest Gargano fan, but I understand where he's good for. Like, he's great at, that was a great match out of Carmelo. He can do all the athletic stuff and takes the L, no problem, and he loses nothing within it. I feel like that's where, his strength is. But I really did enjoy that match. Carmelo's really had a good, like, last 3 to 6 months, and it seemed to be coming into his own. Took a while, but like we were talking about before, he didn't give him a storyline. You're just first round draft pick. Go be the first round draft pick. Okay. Thanks.
And it's a similar thing here with the U.S. title weekly challenge. Just let's get it into a star's hands. We'll switch it over to Ilya Dragunov, and he'll make banger matches, and then we'll go from there. I think it worked out pretty well because it's been the highlight of SmackDown for 2 months now, at least.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, people like it. People do like it. I was actually surprised I liked the match because I saw Gargano. I was like, oh shit. But
it worked. As long as he's not cutting promos, I'm all right with Johnny. When he cuts promos,
he's not a promo guy.
Yeah,
that's Johnny wrestling.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. He's not Johnny promos. He's Johnny. He's not Johnny microphone. No, yeah, he's definitely Johnny wrestling. That's a good point.
And they match up well physically too. They're both 5'9", 5'8", around that. Similar builds. It worked out well.
And like Gargano's really got to understand where his place is. Like, yes, he could. He's eventually going to be an NXT coach. On like Sean and Triple H both love that kid. So just do it your ass, do your job well with it, and then eventually you're going to transition and be in NXT, and that's a great role for him.
And now I guess he's singles the whole time. He's going to be in singles matches since DIY is going to break up.
And like that, I didn't even think about that when I was watching the match last night, but I had read either earlier that day or the day before that, Tommaso Ciampa is just not going to renew his contract, which really doesn't surprise me. I kind of feel like with the injury history that he's had, he probably was smart and like made main roster money for as long as this contract was. And people are saying he's going to go to AEW, and that just scares me.
Not with that net. Not with
exactly.
With his neck like that? No way.
They would let him though, and that he has to be the smarter one here with this. He's got to be the smart one.
He seems like a pretty smart dude. I don't think
he does, and that's why I think that is correct. I just know that
AEW
will throw money at him. I don't know how old he is.
He's got to be 50.
I think
he looks old, but maybe he's not. I was going to
say I think he looks older than he is, but I do think he's in his 40s, and like that does start to go.
42, somewhere in there.
He's in great shape, but it's best. They put so much wear and tear on their bodies. They got to know when to call quits.
Tommaso Ciampa is 40. Wow.
Only 40. Okay.
Yeah,
it's just the gray beard and the being bald. That'll do
but also like the injury history and stuff. It's May 8th, 1985. I definitely thought he was my age or older.
Did you see that stat that we've never had a world champion who's been born in the 90s?
Huh.
Braun Breaker would be the first one, and he's pretty young.
I was gonna say he's still pretty young. So that because when they put the title on Brock in 2002, like he was the youngest. He was the youngest champion ever at the time, and like Randy was the youngest world champion at different points, and they were both like 24, 25. What's Breaker? 27.
Yeah, he's at a perfect age for it.
Right,
it's just
so
we haven't done it in a while.
Yeah.
We have all these guys who are in their 40s holding belts. Seth Rollins is 39, I guess. Punk's 47, and
Cody's like 41, 42. Yeah, no, it's definitely. But like we said earlier, you can see the changes coming. Like we know people we know for sure are retiring sooner than later, or most of these guys, like Punk says it all the time. I've got way more of my career behind me than in front of me, and even Cody says that stuff too. So it's it's definitely coming. But I didn't realize that like. I would have thought that somebody born in like 90 or 91 snuck in with a win, like, Big E or something, maybe. I would have thought.
I do like Big E. He's an Iowa guy. I got to like him.
Oh, yeah. No, I forgot about that. He's
a defensive lineman.
Yeah, he's one of those guys, too, that just like, nobody has a bad word about that guy. Like, there's everybody loves him.
Besides the New Day.
Yeah.
Big G. Yeah. They don't like him very much.
Yeah.
You could blame him after he betrayed him like that with that neck injury.
That desk job. Damn you for taking a 9 to 5. Man, I was just about to say that was the best heel turn possible they didn't follow up with, except for that's also what they did with Cena. But hey, that's fine. It happens with it. Sometimes the heel turns just don't. It's all about the follow up with it, because the heel turn.
I think with Cena's, he barely had any appearances. How did he do a heel turn to face turn?
And it definitely seemed like there was supposed to be like The Rock and Travis Scott involved with like maybe doing promos or doing stuff on Twitter, like still being involved with it. And The Rock was just like, peace. And Travis Scott apparently took one bump and was like, oh, I thought it was a trampoline. Peace. And they left John Cena holding his dick, just like, well, shit.
Yeah, that didn't really pay off. I think for what it was, though, it wasn't terrible. He had some really good matches.
Was great. The moment was great.
The moment at Elimination Chamber was iconic.
So before we get to our special guest, not our special guest, but our special segment.
Our main event. No, it's perfect. We
not really a main event.
Beautifully.
But really a main event, but I wanted to get to one last thing from Smackdown.
Yeah, what's up?
I noticed it yesterday again, because the crowd, when Rhea Ripley comes out, the crowd goes friggin' nuts.
Bonkers.
I've said it before, and I'm sorry. This Io Sky thing's bringing her down, but the crowd loves this woman. It's like the same when Bianca was with Jade to a point, because they separated that and they knew it, but they're still going with this. Io Sky, the crowd loves her. I may not. Crowd loves her. Let them go on their own, both of them. this is enough of that. I don't like this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I do think Io Sky is holding Rhea back, and I think that could be worked into the storyline.
Yes.
Like the actual storyline. Hey, you're holding me back. Like I used to have gold around my waist. Like you're holding me back. Like I'm always trying to help you. And
and I think I think they're also trying to like make the women's tag division mean more because it hasn't in the last few years. Like that with the Charlotte and Alexa and kind of doing that too. Like they're bullying up. And I think,
it means more, but it comes at expense of the singles division.
But I think you might be right, though, that when they don't win tomorrow, because I don't think they're winning tomorrow, that will kind of maybe start what you were thinking, or maybe it'll go to. It's one of those situations where maybe they just kind of need to like just separate amicably, because you're right, the crowd loves both of them.
Listen when Rhea comes out, the crowd loses their shit.
It's the biggest pop out of anybody. It's not even just she gets the biggest pop as a female; she gets the biggest pop. Period.
Close. I'll give you.
I mean, most times, right? It's close. It's at least in the mix, and she's held that even with being in this storyline that hasn't been more focused solely on her. And even when
the promos have been awkward.
Yes,
all the storyline with them and Charlotte, it's just awkward.
Yeah, it's time to end that one. Let them go under, like maybe end it just like you said, Jake. Just okay.
Right, you get that last.
I gotta get out of this. I gotta get on my own. Just get back to what was working, because Rhea was working 100%.
Especially if Asuka's like, Asuka keeps getting her in the face, getting her with the mist and stuff. And she's like, I'm getting real sick of taking this mist in the face. Like, just no, there's a lot to that. There really could be. I'm all for it, honestly.
WWE did really well with the Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley feud. It might as well go back to it. I mean, I know we've seen it a whole bunch, but they work great together. They get them feuding again, and that would give Rhea the opportunity to stay face.
Yeah. So Rowdy, where did Big E play football? Do you remember?
He played football at Iowa
Hawkeyes.
I know. I'm asking it for a reason.
All right. I was like, I knew that one. I had that.
And he was a defensive lineman in Iowa, right?
Yeah, he was.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought there was a follow-up to that. I was like,
no, just going with something that was discussed and we took care of it. So
very good.
Yeah, I do support all the wrestlers who come from around here. So like now,
so you're a big Seth Rollins guy.
Yeah, Seth Rollins and Kiana James are both from Iowa.
Oh, nice! I didn't realize Kiana James was.
Yeah, does the Iowa crowd are not so? See, he's got a school there, right? Seth does too.
Yeah, he does. Yes. I think it's more on the other side of the river.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, Black and Brave.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. I think that's one of the WWE ID schools with it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's in the Quad Cities, so like it's on the other side of Davenport, where he's from. He's got a place on the Mississippi River.
Nice. And you give him credit too, in the sense, at least from like it, he's one of those people that always talks about that too. It's like one of the things about him. Like he's proud of his hometown. Like I hate to say it, but like I went to high school with Nate Roos, who's the singer, and he sing not every song, but like two of his hits, he shits on Arizona in them. I'm like, thanks, buddy. Thanks, dude. Like, yeah. So like when they come back here, I'm like, no. Thanks, but no thanks, dude. Like, we know how you feel about it. And he moved to New York and stays there. Like Seth Rollins purposely has a place in Iowa and is raising his daughter there with Becky Lynch. Like, that's cool. Like, that's,
I think he mostly lives in LA, but we're pretty lucky here in Iowa. A lot of our celebrities, they love Iowa and they come back all the time.
That says a lot, man. That really does. Because unfortunately for me here, like most people are like, get the hell out of that desert.
And it's also, I think it's a good alternative because a lot of them, they go to LA or like a big city, and having a place here is kind of like a good small alternative. You can get away from the scenes.
And LA makes a lot of sense for both of them because obviously, like, both of them are going to Becky probably better than Seth, but they're both going to try to transition more into Hollywood and acting with it. Like we've seen Becky do that a bunch already. So
yeah, she was in the golf movie.
Happy Gilmore too.
Happy Gilmore too. And then she's now in Star Trek, which
I was going to say she's on one of the Star Treks, and she played Cyndi Lauper in the Young Rock TV show, which wasn't a good show, but I've seen most of it because it Peacock and different voice. But she actually played Cyndi Lauper with the accent pretty darn well. Like wasn't
with
great,
the American accent.
Yeah, with the Cyndi Lauper accent, trying to do that. Yeah, that she did it better than I just did. Like I was impressed with it because that was half the reason I watched it. I'm like, wait. Becky Lynch is, but yeah, okay, I gotta hear this. Let me see this. Oh God. 2022, 23. I'm pretty positive it's all still on Peacock. It's only 2 or 3 seasons, and it's like 12, 13 episodes a season. I binged it once, and
I know
weeks. It's not great.
WWE moved a lot of their stuff off Peacock and then on
Netflix. They've the Vault, all of that stuff. The Peacock deal ended January 1st, apparently, with that. And I don't think there's been an announcement, or maybe there's been like a small, but they're just going to have all of that stuff's going to just go to YouTube. Like that's why the Vault channels have existed, to just put all of that on
WWE YouTube. Vault on YouTube's amazing.
Yeah, and
that's the best thing to ever happen.
And they've got the WCW one and anything else, and they've seen the success rate of it, and it's just going to be so much easier for like if you wanted to, like for example, I went to the Raw on September 10th or 11th in 2000, Raw Phoenix 2000. I could look that up and just find it on YouTube. That's so much easier, and no matter how you think of it, YouTube's the most popular streaming site on the planet. It just is.
Yeah, and if they've already profited off of it enough, might as well put it out there for free and collect the YouTube ad money.
And I've noticed WWE is smart enough to put like whatever. We're not monetized, so I don't know what it is yet, but there's a way, obviously, you can put up like the most commercials, because basically every 5 to 7 minutes they go to commercial on WWE.
I think it has to do with how many views you're getting. Like they get,
I know you can set them.
It gets 1 million views on the weekend. It's going to be
Well, I know there's
everywhere.
You can set it, at least for like our podcast. Like you can set them of more or less on those things usually with it. And why wouldn't they set it to maximum? You can make the most money possible with it. And I know,
So I'm telling you, I don't watch ads on YouTube.
Neither do I.
You got a blocker.
I was gonna say, Mel, if you got to buy, or I bet hit the skip button or pay for the YouTube Premium with it, I get you.
So
I just know for them, they get a lot of money out of it.
Between the two live shows, we have over 94 people watching right now. So thank you for spending your Sunday night with us here at AltJakeTakesOn.
We appreciate it.
The Thursday show that we'll be doing this Thursday at 9:30 p.m. is our weekly Dynamite review. That will not be simulcast over on X. This is the only show we're going to simulcast on X because people are used to us over there. So if you want to hear shows on a regular basis, please sign up at the YouTube channel, subscribe over there. It costs nothing. We do that show every Thursday at 9:30 p.m.
Eastern Standard Time. And like we said, we watch every segment and report back to you, so you don't have to watch Dynamite. We'll give you, no matter if they go 8 minutes overrun or 38 minutes overrun, we will report.
The reason why I brought that up was because usually Tony Khan goes live before Dynamite and gives us a little something to review on Thursday.
Little Tony promo.
Saturday, he went live before Collision for 7 minutes and some odd seconds.
7 minutes and 7 seconds.
So our special bonus this week is Tony Khan getting us hyped up for the Collision last night.
Hyped up for Collision.
It's I've seen it 4 times. It's interesting. I will say that. You got to watch out for a few things. There's some things that are noticeable, and hopefully you guys all pick up on it. These guys haven't seen it. Robbie's new to it, so we'll just, you want to talk, you talk. If not, you keep going. You stop it, we go. Just have fun with it.
I'll keep my cursor over here. So if you just start talking, I'll pause it. By all means, we let it go. I like how you guys coffee cup with it. From any time I ever see into the cup there's never any liquid in
there's something in there this time.
All right. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Hey, it's great to see you. Thanks for joining me today. Happy New Year. I think it's safe to say that for at least one more day here. And I'm very excited. Tonight we're going to have a great AEW Saturday Night Collision. We're just minutes away from Collision. It's been
just minutes away, and this was what?
This was 72 minutes for the show.
Yeah, no. So it's at 4.
I wrote it down. I write 72 minutes before the show. We're minutes away. He says it many times.
The show airs at 6 p.m. my time. This went on at 4:40 p.m. my time.
Yeah, 72 minutes.
I was
He's in billionaire hours. It's a little different.
He doesn't understand the concept of $1. He doesn't understand the concept of a minute. It's fine. No,
this was hilarious. I was dying. I'm like,
oh, that's
I was missing.
And he keeps moving the cup from hand to hand too.
Like, that's something I gotta keep an eye on. The cup keeps moving.
All right, he's playing 3-card Monty.
An extra exciting day, and there's been some unexpected excitement.
Always
One
is.
of the matches I was really looking forward to tonight, Shelton Benjamin of the Hurt Syndicate versus Scorpio Sky of Skyflight.
Of what?
Skyflight.
No,
This match never happens.
Oh, it doesn't? Hang on. I don't know why I blurred it.
You're roboticking out. That's why.
Am I?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, the video's not coming up for me very well. It's lagging a little bit.
Well, I don't know. I'm at like as much percentage I can be on my internet with it, but I swear X hates me. It's the AI. AI doesn't like me.
The match I was really excited about. Scorpio Sky is not going to be cleared tonight by the doctors. It's an unexpected thing. With a late change, Scorpio Sky's tag team partner, his protege in Skyflight, Dante Martin, a really exciting homegrown young star.
Wait, why would he announce the match that then wasn't going to happen? We're going to have this, but then we're not. And also Scorpio Sky, like he's still in AEW.
We knew that. He's been collision wise. We knew that.
Right. Yeah. And we knew because we saw an ad for it once.
Has stepped up. And Dante, who's from Minnesota himself, has said, I really want to get in there. I would love this opportunity. With Scorpio Sky not being cleared, please give me the opportunity. I want to wrestle Shelton Benjamin tonight on Collision. That's what we're going to do. That's exactly what we're going to do. Dante Martin versus Scorpio Sky's prior opponent, Shelton Benjamin. Now Dante's going to step in for Sky to wrestle Shelton tonight. Again, two great athletes from Minnesota.
Hang on.
Top veterans.
What's up?
He just made things so confusing.
He did. He lost me with the Minnesota. Right? Yeah.
All you got to say was Scorpio Sky can't make it. Here's his replacement.
Now, are they in Minnesota or is it that Scorpio Sky?
No, they're in Texas for their.
Okay, so Scorpio's from Minnesota and he's replaced. Okay, all right. Now, yeah, he lost me.
It's just a fun fact for you.
It's just a. Well, I would call that an unfun fact.
The more you know, the more you know.
Shelton Benjamin and an exciting young star, Dante Martin. And it's a great opportunity for Dante. And Shelton's got a lot to prove himself because this Wednesday night, he'll be wrestling the AEW Continental Champion, Jon Moxley.
Yep.
Speaking of Jon Moxley and the Death Riders, they are in the house. I'm very excited about tonight. We'll have Wheeler Yuta of the Death Riders take.
That's the first time anyone's ever been excited about Wheeler Yuta. Sorry.
He does something weird all the time. There's common factors behind this. Everyone we've watched so far. Everyone wants to fight, and it was always quite busy before he got on the air. It's never changed. There's been a lot of commotion going on all day when we get here. There's no commotion.
No matter what office it is. Oh, and Mike Glass just asked, is that the same suit? I think
it's a variation of such. It's not as shiny.
Yeah, well, and he had a different suit the last time we watched him live that was unpressed.
He's going with black all the time now.
No. I think it stays cleaner.
And on somebody who's been a real nemesis of that group, somebody who's been a thorn in the side of the Death Riders, Darby Allin. Darby Allin's wrestled all these great members of the Death Riders, but one person he hasn't beaten and gone through is Wheeler Yuta. Yuta says, Darby, you got to go through me if you want to get to Pac. Well, we'll find out what happens on.
Wait, didn't Darby just say the only person he hasn't beaten the Death Riders was Pac? Wasn't that his whole?
Yeah, but then Yuta did say you have to get through me first. I remember the live promo.
You got to beat me again. You beat me once. You got to beat me again. See?
But I like the fact that this cup is flying back and forth. With
no, it's and then I like the fake transfer too. I got it my right, got a double hold, then back to the right. I like
this goes on throughout the whole friggin' thing.
I can tell.
I'm excited about Darby Allin versus Wheeler Yuta. Very excited about Dante Martin stepping in to wrestle Shelton Benjamin tonight. Also, we've got the Timeless Love Bombs, Timeless Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa, taking on two of the newest signings in AEW, two of the very exciting young stars who've really earned a lot of respect from the wrestlers and the fans, and that's Hyan and Maya World.
Stop. Okay, he promoted these two girls twice in 2 weeks. They lost their debut, and they lost this match as well. I watched it.
Well, and they were only brought in because of Tegan Knox and her girlfriend leaving, and
Tony's hot. Tony loves them, dude. He's been pumping up
because they would take his 3-minute loss when the WWE girl wouldn't. Like, it just yes, exactly. That is it right there, my friend.
And Maya World are going to take on Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa just minutes from now tonight on Saturday Night Collision. So we had some great matches we announced that we're excited about. Another thing that really there's a lot of hype and excitement about is the debut here in the esports stadium of the Clone. The Clone
Right.
El Clone.
Yeah, but they're in the East. They're doing the Texas.
The Texas Wrestling. That's
Yes,
I
forgot
told you
about
that.
No, we
I
talked
just
about
said that.
I forgot about it. I did. I was
Pay
laughing too
attention to
hard.
your co-host, please.
I was laughing.
By the way, we have over 120 people watching on both formats.
Yes.
Like I said before, this is the only show we're going to put simulcast with X. So if you like what you're hearing, come over to YouTube, subscribe, and you'll get this every week on Thursdays.
Yes.
Of course, has some similarities to Hologram. The Clone was involved in taking Hologram out of AEW in the first place, and the Clone is somebody that I think is a very exciting young star. He's a member of the Don Callis family.
Remember him?
Looking for a
Right. He's fake hologram. Right.
Remember we saw him. Remember we saw him the one time with the Callis family. Couldn't figure out who he was.
Yeah.
Tonight's his debut. We've never supposed to. I don't know how he does. I don't know how that's all works out. I really don't.
Probably because he was gonna wrestle, but then he got injured. Is my assumption. That's anybody in this company. But I saw the thing on Twitter where he's got the big light up C on his chest with LED lights. It looks real.
Robbie, how are you enjoying this fun stuff here?
Oh, this is fun stuff. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Tony Khan, I mean, he can make promos. He's doing great.
You're doing great. So
He's really building a lot of character here.
Oh yeah,
Yes. Getting you pumped for Collision, isn't he?
I was bringing over the audience for Collision for sure.
I did fall asleep during Collision this weekend.
Fair. That's fair.
top competitor, looking for a great wrestler to go against, somebody who knows that lucha libre style, a great submission wrestler, and somebody who's very popular with the fans here in the eSports Stadium is Angelico. Who's been with us from our very first show.
Angelico and
Angelico will take
Evans,
on the Clone in the
Angelico and who?
Jack Evans. Remember them?
Oh,
they've been there from the start. Jack Evans is not there no more, but Angelico's still there.
Oh God, was that like
Dude? That's day one.
with like the librarians and stuff? Oh man,
the Clone's
Angelico.
debut.
You could have gave me
tonight.
100 guesses. I
So
wouldn't.
I'm very excited about this big Saturday fight night. A lot of great things on tap for tonight. Also, we have a great TNT champion, Mark Briscoe. After he was a part of the big Mixed Nuts Mayhem.
Oh God, don't
Mark
reference
Briscoe
that
wants to
anymore.
go back to making championship defenses. I think we could have a great defense for Mark Briscoe next week. We'll find out who he's going to wrestle next Saturday for the TNT title tonight. Because we have, and again, speaking of the great lucha libre style and the exciting action on Collision,
not this time.
a match I would love to see, and we're going to have tonight, where the winner will earn a TNT title shot next Saturday. It's going to be Hechicero versus Commander tonight here on.
I mean, that's a main event in anywhere in the world.
Anywhere.
Hechicero and
Let's just
Commander.
think about
Anywhere.
it for a minute.
I feel like this is like he must have talked to Dave recently because Dave's been pushing CMLL a bunch, and he's like, just say Lucha Libre in your next live as many times as you can because we're at like 4 or 5 different Lucha Libres already.
Yeah, I think there is some kind of written material. I'm looking through I'm trying to see through his reflection on his glasses. I think something's there.
I feel like it's like a piece of
tell.
paper with bullet points. Like, make sure you say, if anything. I just think he writes it down. He's like, I'm going to remember, and then the camera starts rolling, and he forgets everything he wanted to say and just word vomits.
On AEW Saturday Night Collision, very excited for Commander to take on Hechicero, and the winner of that match will wrestle Mark Briscoe for the TNT title right here on TNT, right here at the Esports Stadium, live next Saturday night.
Not even on
So
Dynamite.
Commander versus Hechicero, that should be a great match tonight. Really looking forward to that.
No one's
Also,
watching
we
Robbie
just
fell
had the
asleep.
return from Japan.
I was actually reading on X. I don't know if it's fake or not, but I guess The Rock might be making an appearance tomorrow night. That's what
I could
someone said on here.
I could easily see how either A, it could happen, or at least it could easily be a rumor, because why wouldn't they think that would happen? Like, I mean, he was at the last one, on the first Netflix one, and he's part of the board of directors. Oh man, this poor esports arena.
Of the Megasis, Megan Bain, who has just come back to AEW. She's back here tonight. Megan Bain
Where did she
and
go?
the Problem, Marina Shafir, they formed the Mega Problems. They're great singles wrestlers and a
Mega
great
Problems.
team. They're here. They're looking for a fight tonight with Megan being back.
See
and
what
the
I mean?
Death Riders in the house. I think that's something to keep an eye on. And speaking of returns, last Saturday
Nobody
we
was.
saw the return of
Nobody
Ortiz,
spoke. Just you.
watching the back of his old friend Eddie Kingston.
Oh,
He wanted to drink it, but didn't take it.
From Eddie Kingston and learn about the return of Ortiz last
I
week.
just want to know what's in there.
And again, a lot of great action. Eddie and Ortiz, great individual wrestlers, but had the makings potentially of a great
Now he doesn't know what he's
combination,
saying.
too.
He's lost.
And
He's
speaking
done.
of great
He
combinations and great
loses moment.
individuals, two of my favorites here in AEW in the past year and looking ahead to this next year are Jet Speed, the Jet Kevin Knight and Speedball Mike Bailey. We've got Jet Speed in the house.
Oh, in the house.
I understand that there's a bounty out on the head of Jet Speed. I was approached by Brian Keith and Big.
That can't be legal. You can't be okay with that. Roger Goodell suspended Sean Payton for no. You can't be okay with bounties. I'm sorry. Sorry, that's just that. No, you're not allowed.
I didn't know there was a bounty.
No, that's not legal. That ain't legal either, dude.
Bill, who've told me there's a price on the head of Jet Speed. And I know that Jet Speed have made a lot of enemies here in AEW. Big Bill and Brian Keith are aiming to collect that bounty. Of course, it was just last week. Jet Speed teamed up against the Demand and Don Callis's family. So I know there's a lot of enemies of Jet Speed, and I know that Big Bill and Brian Keith want this match. Jet Speed want it too. So we're gonna.
Why would they want the match with a bounty on their heads?
Yeah, if they can they take themselves up? Can they collect their own bounty?
Funny. The cup's not empty, and there's coffee or water in there or whatever.
It's gotta be water.
There's something in there this time.
There's so much to look forward to. Again, it's been a bit of a crazy day. We were really looking forward to Scorpio Sky taking on.
Yes, he really does.
Benjamin tonight.
He holds it up to
Scorpio Sky not cleared. This is
how he
was just
thinks a
saying,
real
if you're
person acts.
joining us live here, catching up, Dante Martin of Skyflight has volunteered to step up. We've made some changes elsewhere on the card to reflect this. It's going to be a great night of wrestling. Don't miss Saturday Night Collision. It starts at 8 p.m. Eastern,
Saturday Night Collision.
7 p.m. Central, minutes from now on TNT, or you can stream it on HBO Max. And we love having live Saturday nights here on TNT. It's a real privilege, and we hope you'll join us for Collision minutes from now tonight. Thank you very much.
What was that sound in the background?
Yeah, just somebody in the background going, woo.
He never took a drink. Never.
You think he was about to film this, and they're like, "No, wait, here's your cup. You forgot your cup."
Something was up there. Yeah, it was weird.
Dunn did what now? Imagine a 7-year-old in elementary school giving a book report.
No, he just goes up there. The first day of my summer vacation.
That's it. Show and
I got a job at my dad at the plant.
Yes.
And I went downtown with my father to get some coffee.
We went down to Coney Island and I got a hot dog. Oh my!
So we have over 170 people watching on both formats tonight. Thank you again for spending your Sunday evening with us. We're going to be wrapping it up shortly.
I was going to say,
if you like what you guys are listening to, again, this is the only day we're going to simulcast on X, which is the Sunday shows only. So our next show will be Thursday night, 9:30 p.m. here on YouTube at AltJakeTakesOn. We'll be reviewing Dynamite, and hopefully we'll see Tony again.
Yeah, we will give you another TonyCon live if he goes live, if there's any reports from the arenas where there's videos of him. But yeah, please come hang out. Just like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave a comment if you want to. Come
Robbie, before we leave, Robbie, tell people where they can find you and what you got going on over there, please.
Oh, I'm just talking to people about wrestling and stuff, posting videos, SF Wrestling on X.
Love it.
Awesome. It's been a pleasure having you, Rob. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Anything else you wanted to cover, George, or anything else you want to say?
No, it's perfect. It worked this way perfect.
Chris Jericho.
Yeah. Oh, that's coming sooner than later, too. Yeah. I don't think he's coming back tomorrow, but did you guys see Adam Pearce's? Yeah. But did you guys see here let's take really quick. Adam Pearce's promo that was on X today, where he said, "Who's gonna break the walls down?" Like, it's coming. Oh,
that's what made me I mean, maybe it's just a teaser, and it's not coming till Rumble. But
that's what I think. But
I would be disappointed.
Could be wrong.
We might get like a teaser video or something with it. The only thing that makes me think it could happen sooner is they've got a show in Ontario, like the Monday after the two shows in Montreal. They do the Smackdown in Montreal, Saturday night's main event in Montreal, and that Monday is in Ontario. If it's not the Rumble, I could see that, and then announcing for the Rumble. Like, I could see that working because they'll have other things in the Rumble too. So yeah.
I will say one thing. The man is in phenomenal shape right now.
Oh, I'm sure the first thing he did when he realized this was going to happen was talk to Edge and talk to Rey Mysterio about their health situation, like their dietitians, their personal trainers, the what is it? The stem cell stuff that Ray does for his knees, because Ray Mysterio's knees wouldn't work otherwise. Like, I'm sure Jericho did all of that. That's the only reason why I haven't been like, no, I don't want him back, because he's going to come back and actually put out effort.
He'll do what he's got to do.
What kind of role will he be in? Will he be, I mean, you can't be wrestling all the time.
No, I think he'll have some sort of like promo or some sort of exchange with somebody either in the Rumble or and have that as be. I think it should just be like a go into the Hall of Fame and go off into the sunset, but he might try to
that's what that was it. It was it was Cody Rhodes, Jericho, and Matt Cardona. That's what I had in my head.
Oh, okay. All right, that would work. I can see it. Yeah, I mean,
think Jericho will join the Vision?
No.
If he joins, he's got to lead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's where it gets weird.
I don't know.
Like that's where it gets kind of weird with it, where I feel like with the Vision, if Breaker's kind of been taken over as the leader, if ananybody else joins it, they got to be on it. I think it's perfect with Austin Theory as it is now. I think
I do
good
too. Yeah.
You know, especially with Heyman, because also too, they're all young enough where Heyman can be like the man in charge, and you can believe that he'll, corral all of them until at one point Breaker's just like, nah, I'm out of here. Boom.
Yeah. We'll have to wait and see what happens tomorrow night. We'll go from there, guys.
It's good. Paul Heyman's got their back. Yeah. No, God, how could you have it be better if you're Triple H and three of your best young stars just go work under and Bronson Reed too, but Logan Paul, Austin Theory, Braun Breaker, all 30 or younger, and perfect for Heyman. So awesome. Well, thanks for hanging out. We really appreciate you, Robbie, and for Sports Fusion hanging out. Yeah, go follow him at SF Wrestling. Be sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We will see you guys Thursday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, right back here on YouTube. Peace, everybody.
Thank you.
We appreciate you making it to the end of the video. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you.